Hello guys, Susanna here. Well, I am starting on my panel. Very excited about this. I'm going to do something a little bit different. And yeah, I just, sorry I got distracted, I got a message. So I'll start on this and I'm going to keep it together. So I've just put some paper underneath because I'm going to be working on doing some painting with it. Now this one has got a lot of the greens. So I might spray that because I'm going to be working on doing some greens. And I've got a nice green, yeah, the leaf green. I quite like the leaf green with that, but I also like some of the greens in here. Okay, now where's my brush that I normally use? Got my little thing here. So I might start, these are blueberry or blackberry bushes, so we could probably start just want to see some of the colour. You sort of have the dark underneath there and the darker underneath there. I might just see how dark it is again. Yeah, that's not bad. Could be a little darker. Actually, I'm thinking water sprite might be the go. Ooh, probably a bit too dark. I'm just thinking darkness on this side, and then light on the other side. I might just stick to the watercolour, I think. Haven't done that for a little while. Yeah, I think the water sprite is pretty much the same colour as the was it the green leaf green in the Inktense pencils. I must admit, Inktense is a lot easier to control. Now we need to go a little lighter on the other side, which is probably a bit too light, probably a bit too green. I'll have a look. I don't want it to look too greeny green, if you know what I mean. It does lighten. Have that blending in. So I'm going to be painting this piece. So, and then go over it with, you know, like texture and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to get, you know, the shading, like as in the lights coming from there. So hence why I'm doing the darker on this side. It's so exciting to be, you know, getting a start on this. Yeah. By the time you see this video, like I'm pre-recording way in advance, I would have done my retreat and met some of you lovely ladies, and so I've got to think like it's already been done, which is pretty easy because, you know, I had the retreat last year and we had a ball. So it's easy for me to sort of get in that mindset of, see, even though it's facing that way, the darkness is going to be that side because that's sort of coming up. Now, some people ask, what do you actually spray? It's just water to activate it. So, and then I come in here and dip water over here. I better grab this. So these paints, if you're wondering, are Jane Davenport. I bought them years ago, but I think she still has them. She has all types of paints on her website. She's such a cute lady too. She's got a YouTube channel which she puts stuff up every now and again, and she's just such a cute little bubbly personality. So sort of don't want to go too close to the edge because it'll bleed over. So how are we all going? Hopefully you've all got your panel and you can create along with me. At this stage you would have seen Corinne's finished panel, my sister's, and I'm sure they are gorgeous. Yeah, my sister is probably going to be doing a lot of painting, and I'd say hers is going to be a little bit more elaborate than mine because that's what she does very well. Okay, I might just do it that side. This side. Hopefully my head's not sticking in the way, which is quite possible. Yep. Okay. So I'll just stick to doing the one colour at this point, and then I'll blend it in. Actually, I might go there. And same here. So they're different colour ones, I think. What's this? This is the brights, this is the neutrals, and this is, I can't remember. I thought it would have it written on here. Oh, Seedlets. There you go. Yeah, it's got a lot of good greens in this one. Quite a few leaves, and there's more on the other side as well, but I'm just going to stick to this side. And it doesn't really matter if you don't go all the way in. Because it'll blend. Oh, needs a bit more of the other colour there, which I'll probably do, and then I can blend it. The beauty of doing the painting is it's going to be coloured in, so you just do, when you're doing stitching and stuff, you just stitch the lines. I'm going to probably stitch that in a darker colour. Yeah, you just stitch the lines and it's already coloured in, so it's sort of like a mixed media textural piece. Okay. Oop. Love the way it just bleeds like that. And I mean, it is fairly bright, but when I iron it, it'll dull down. It usually always does. Oh, getting messages. Beep, beep. Sorry about that. now that I'm filming on my iPad, I can get interrupted by the phone. Okay. Now, oh, getting heaps of messages. What the heck? Ah, it's a group that I'm going out for tea tonight, and they're all letting us know. Oh, speaking of which, I better take out the meat. I'm making yummy pumpkin tomato soup, which should be good. Now, just doing it very loosely. I'm going to enjoy doing this actually because it's got the berries, and I'm going to get out my beads. Corinne would be proud. And make it, you know, a little bit more 3D. It brings it to life, adding a little bit of colour, doesn't it? So I'm gonna, might grab out the colours of the birds. I think I might just sort of stick to greys and browns. Okay, have that underneath. Oh, more leaves over here. These could probably get away with having mostly that light colour. See, got to be really careful because it does bleed. And I'm not going to worry about these because they're going to be stitched. I'll put a little bit. Got to be careful when you first get it because it's quite watery. Okay. There was one of them that was fairly light. Here. There we go. Make it a little bit darker. Now, what I might do, just going to check the message I got from my friend. Yep, all good. Now, I might grab my beads, which are here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Because I want to see what colours I've got. And I was thinking these, and maybe even these, or the berries. I'll have a look. Just put those down there. I just love these colour beads. These ones, but they're not the right colour, I don't think. But they're just so pretty. Maybe I can just use one of them as the highlight. I was thinking maybe these tiny little guys. Oh, there's a black in there. Yeah, see, they work. So, what I'm going to do is I'll just chuck these back in there. And these are these colours. Probably a bit too, they might be nice on some of the leaves or something like that. Really want to make it quite textural, so going to be using wools and That little guy needs to go back in there. Oh, they're crammed full, I tell you. Now I've got, let's put these back. So that light pink, pinky purple is one of my favourite colours. So I'm thinking probably that one. This will look. This will look. Spraying. Move this one along for now. Better put the lid down on that. I'm thinking this. It's probably a little bit darker. Where's my, here it is. Oh, buddy, be careful because it will bleed. Okay. Now I think they're a pretty good match to what colour I need. Oh, and I need to do that way, if the beads don't fill it and you can see through, you've got that colour underneath, which is what I want. Okay, oh, sorry, I get a little quiet when I'm busy concentrating. Okay, have a bit more concentrated colour too. Now I need to do the leaves on the top, which is something I've forgotten. Oh my goodness, there, see how it's bled there? It's so annoying. I have to be really careful that I don't fill it in too much. Okay. When they do the line work, when, you know, the people that make the panels, they don't do completely everything. So there's some of the bits that I've drawn, like just a little thing like that, it hasn't quite gone up, but it's all good. There we go. Doesn't need to be too dark. What I could probably do, because it's with pencil, it's probably going to be easier to do the pencil on these guys. Okay, just get a little bit of water to activate it. Now, oh, did I do that one? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. Continue here. Now, what colour am I going to do my birdies? I've got my artwork here somewhere. Probably get on the phone and have a look at some of the bits and pieces. I got it in the kitchen, so if I got to remember, I think his body is grey because he's based on my little tufted titmouse that I did a while back. So these are the neutral palettes. Now, these are the 3 that I got from Jane Davenport. and I think he is grey, quite grey, greyish white on his belly. I may have a colour here. Maybe. Hang 10. Sorry guys, should have been more planned ahead, but I'm not. No, I don't. Colour everywhere. Get this next lot in. Okay, I could probably stop it, I'd say, which might not be a bad idea. And then continue on. I'll do the same techniques over this side, but I think I need to get what colour my birds are. So I will stop it and I will be back. Hey guys, well, I got my pictures and this is what I based this guy on. I took a photo in my backyard when I was living in Castlemaine, and then this was something I got online, so I sort of, you know, got inspired by that. And so these are the colours. So he's a lot more white than I thought. I knew he had grey in him, so I'm gonna do a bit more white, but I might do white, creamy white. Okay, I'll just put that up there. Yeah, it's good to have a inspiration. So that's a tufted titmouse. I'm not sure what this one's called. It's an Australian bird, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. You got artist prerogative, haven't you? So he's going to be white and cream, which I'll use that. There we go. That's the colour. That's what we're after. Quite cream in the centre and a bit more white down the bottom. Down here and cream around here. So he's more grey on the top and on his wings. So there you go. I knew there was grey somewhere. And then he's got tiny little bit of orange just here under his wing. Try and blend in. Okay, and I might even put some of that around his eye too, just to give it a bit of depth, and then do really light, and then I'll come back in with this grey. Over here. Which goes to here as well. Okay, I'll have more definition in with when I do embroidery. There's actually a little bit of black here, so I'll let that spread, and even a little bit of blacky grey here on top there, and then we'll do grey on his wings. Light grey, and then I'm going to come over with white. His feet are quite a light grey too. Okay, I'm going to come in with this white down the bottom here. and here, but that'll come in with the embroidery as well. Sort of a bit more greyish white, and then here as well. I think there might even be a little bit of white here. Very chalky, the paint. Might even paint some of the white over there to hide some of that. I do like that whitey creamy colour. We need more of that in on his chest. And then that orange needs to come back in, just here and around here. Just a little bit around his eye. And then we got that darky black colour that's coming up here and around here. And in his eye. Same with this one. I'll just come in with a highlight later. Okay, well, he's looking not too bad. A little bit more whitey yellow down the bottom here. At the moment, that's just colour, so we'll come in with some more texture when we stitch. Now, oh, it's shocking. Shocking the way that everything bleeds. You've got to be so careful. Okay. Now, what do we got? We've got this creamy yellowy colour just here. Probably a bit too creamy, but that's okay because we're going to let it dry. Got a bit of a orangey colour near his butt, and even just a little bit here and in here. So then we got grey on his tail, and in here sort of quite a grey colour. A blend of everything, this fella. And then his face is sort of like a grey yellow. So I'll mix up the grey and the yellow. And then we'll do the yellow. Oh. Okay, well, I've just got to go for a sec. I will be back. Okay, well, thought I'd put the ironing board thing underneath and give it an iron. I'll just see how we go and see how it's got that. I may come in and come in with some white, but that does help a bit. But what I was thinking, so I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of blue, like a light blue, and sort of lightly going over those parts and having it so it's like, you know, the blue from the sky, because the white, unlike the other pigments in some of the paints, it's very chalky in that one. Okay, Now, it's got a little bit of water there. So, where are we? Where's my little bird? My bird pictures. Here we are. He's actually a little bit on the darker side on his in-between here. I think those dots are the lighter colour, so I'm going to go back in with that darker colour and then do those little dots with a French knot. So got a bit of another darker bit here, and on his beak, which I will be careful because black is pretty full on. There we go. Now got a bit of light on his chest. Go in with the white. And sort of like a really lighty creamy colour here. And orange leggies. A bit of a darker cream. And a little bit of grey just here. So he's one that I'll sort of colour in a little bit. I think it's a little bit darker on his head. Then come in with the lighter French knots. I think that's the best way to do it. And then sort of got these darker lines here, and then a bit of yellowy here and here. Okay, come in with a bit of grey. Got quite a tuft of greyish darker spot just here. A bit of a multicolour bird. And then I'll come in with that lighter colour down here, because he definitely is a lot lighter here and here, and some spots along here, but I'll come in with a bit of that's where the embroidery comes in. We're going to do a little bit of orange. I tend to have a little bit of orange, both of them in their tail area, and a little bit in there here. I'll come back in with that, blend it in a little bit. There we go. Okay, now give it a bit of a clean here. Okay, and then I'll come in with some, looks a bit muddy, definitely needs to be a little bit lighter there and here. Now I'll come back in with the rest of the colours. So do I do the blue now, or I might do the blue after I've stitched it down, to be honest, I think. So let's go on up. I'll come back in over this side. Gets very messy quite fast. and do the similar colours with that. So what I might do is turn it off, so that, don't worry, if it bleeds over, it's all good. It's a lot like when I did my houses and it bled over. By the time you stitch and do everything, as long as you got the general gist, because you know you're going to go over these with beads. Didn't bother doing here because that's going to be done in wool, because I think it'd be nice, and then just a little stitch, because as you know, the bramble bushes have quite a lot of little bits and pieces in them. So I think I will probably leave it at that. It looks a lot worse in camera than it is in real life, as in the bleeding. So yeah, I quite like how it's turned out. Okay, well, I will catch you in the next video. I'll just do this, paint this behind the scenes, and then in the next video I'll probably come back in with doing some stitching. And you know, and then I'll probably, once the stitching's done and it's dried, I can come back in with a bit of blue. And here, what I'm going to do here, because that's gone down here, and I thought I'm going to draw another, where are we, another couple of these, because I think there's a space there and I think it actually needs some more brambles. So I'm going to draw a couple more, and berry, like leaves, and do some berries, leaves, do some berries. Just got a couple more berries in here just to fill in that space there. You could probably do a third one. Yeah, I'm gonna, there we go. Just needed something. So I might go over that with a permanent marker. That way when I iron it, it'll be all right. So that, as you can see, you just make it suit yourself. Okay, well, I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you're enjoying your piece so far. Bye.